Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I am joined by Nigel Deacon.
Hi, I'm Nigel, playing Jackal Campman, the leper and loner striving for companionship and control.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hello, I'm Luis, playing Santos, the Glavinator.
Let's talk about what happened in the last session. Jackal and Santos both moved into the Odyssey bar to find a fight. In the very empty bar, you quickly discovered that you needed to find the name of a special drink to get to this fighting pit you had heard about. You both drank the Eldoria and turned to stardust and floated up into the planets above the dance floor. You arrived in a large greenhouse area that was a representation of Eldoria, another planet. You learned all about this as Jackal fawned over a fawn named Fanny. She told you she was from Eldoria and gave you some idea on how the Odyssey actually functioned. While trying to find someone who might have information, Santos accidentally was scared by a dryad woman who you learned to be Gianna. From speaking with her, you found out the fighting pit in the Odyssey is another version of the Chasm, the same fighting pit that Thorn had been to and bet on fighters at. You also learned it was on Silrune, the same place Lenore remembers being chased at a ball. You went back to Manny to order the Silrune. You made a quick pit stop at the ballroom where you discovered they haven't had any issues with fairies, and you concluded that Lenore probably was actually on Silrune in this dream of hers. You then headed to the chasm and watched the previous fight in this massive vertical scar in the earth. You met the winner of the fight after it concluded, Velvet. She explained these discs that each fighter wears to keep them safe, the basic rules of the fight, and explained how there was a silk-top guard who comes down to fight every so often. He does so in full armor and using all sorts of magical devices from his position with the guard. You watched as the others and then you did a little flare for the crowd, all watching you from around the chasm, before watching this guard show up right before the fight began. And then you heard Preston's voice echo across the chasm. Now you hear him finish what he started. 3 strikes, everything goes. Put on a good show in 3, 2, 1. And so the scene is set. Question is, you guys want to fight?
Let's do this.
Yeah.
It is time. It is time. We're doing this fight a little bit differently. We're not going to be rolling initiative because we got so much going on. You guys are going first. Don't worry. There's a lot happening all around you.
Yeah.
So there are 10 other people, so 12 including you. They all have a little bit of something special about them, something to know what they're good at. But because this is going to be such a massive battle, I'm not going to describe each and everything that happens. I'm going to focus on you guys. Remember, anything that hits you, instead of dealing damage, it will break one of these 3 concentric circles you guys have on these devices around your chest. If you ever lose all 3 of them, you are out of the fight. But if you take someone else's final ring that you can see from a distance, you actually get one of yours back. There are all sorts of individuals around you. There's Velvet and Blister, the 2 that you had seen previously. There's the silk top guard hanging from one of these handholds just on the vertical wall in the chasm, holding his warhammer at his side. You can see all this armor he has on. There is a large Goliath man that has a brass jaw. There is a small gnomish man who is running around just shooting lightning out of his hands at people. So there's plenty more, and we'll see them as they go. But why don't you tell me what you guys are looking to do?
Who is nearest to me?
There is a goblin man who is riding a rocket, and he is just zip-zapping around and just screaming his head off, trying to hold onto it. He has put basically handlebars on a rocket that he is cranking the throttle of, and he's trying to run into people. And you watch as he just narrowly misses someone else. He looks at you straight on, the rocket's coming at you, and he pulls the throttle to start moving faster.
Okay. So I'm on a wall. I'm hanging from like a handhold, one arm up, hanging from that with feet pressed against the wall, one arm out holding my hammer. And I would really love to try and jump onto the rocket with the intent of throwing the goblin right down into the chasm.
Oh, okay.
That's the end goal.
Wonderful. Why don't you roll me?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I jump in since we're sort of dagger hard-ing this in a way?
Tag team in this, yeah.
Yeah, if I can. If I see Jackal attempting something, then I'm going to activate Emboldening Bond as I see him attempting something that I can only imagine is matching the crazy that I know he's capable of. So somewhere in mid-air, you see like shimmering light envelop you, and that cord between us appears before you. And I'll be flying in the air within 30 feet, near enough Jackal. And I'm happy to let that be my action in this.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Jack, go ahead and roll me athletics.
Okay. All right.
And I'll remind the viewer that you did rage at the end of last episode, correct? Technically?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
Either way, you could do so this turn to whatever. You are welcome to be in a rage.
Cool.
From that transformation, which I believe gives you advantage on athletics.
Cool.
And you can add a D4 to it if you want to.
All right. Does using the D4 get rid of the bond?
No, the bond persists for 10 minutes. As written, you get to use a D4 once per turn.
Cool. Why not? Just to make sure. Great. 29.
Okay. I rolled so fucking good, and he got a 22. So I was like, oh shit. But yeah, the 29 is plenty. With that, I'm going to say that you are actively on the rocket, and you have collided with this goblin man, and you think you're able to throw him off completely, but there is almost a repulsion coming from this shattering of this circle on his chest. But you did so good, I'm gonna allow you to actually do so and then hit him again. So go ahead and try to roll me to hit.
Okay.
So you've already burst one by jumping onto it. You're gonna get one chance to basically just get an attack of any kind you'd like in.
I'll swing the hammer around / the mechanically hoop back to get an 18.
That hits. So you watch as another one of these bursts happen, and reflexively you have to grab onto this new weapon because you're not expecting this blowback of force, and you're not used to wielding this weapon as much, so you're able to grab it. But you're basically standing on the back of this rocket like someone would ride a motorcycle behind someone, except this goblin is much smaller, and this is much scarier than a normal motorcycle ride.
Okay. Wow. Great.
Beautiful.
I'm on a rocket.
Santos, is Emboldening Bond a full action?
Emboldening Bond is a full action, but I'd like to add something to it because I can link 3 people. So as I send that out towards Jackal, I kind of pivot around in the air and I'm looking for Velvet. I'd like to try to send another thread towards Velvet and include the 3 of us as the link.
I rolled high enough to say that Velvet is somewhat close enough to you, so we'll say she's within the Emboldening Bond range.
Great. So the thread is now linking the 3 of us. If ever anyone is further than 30 feet from the rest of us or from just one other person, then that temporarily will cancel out their Emboldening Bond. But as soon as they return to being within 30 feet of just one other person that's bonded, then it returns.
It probably feels a little bit weird for you, Santos, because Velvet moves around so much that it keeps breaking and then reconnecting and then breaking because she's like running up the walls, but then she comes back down. She's battling with someone who has this really dark black hair, slicked back, long, and it's just a guy with this twirly mustache, and he's just got 2 pistols out that he keeps on shooting at her, just constantly missing.
Ooh.
But he's not moving at all. He's just standing there. Beautiful. That is both of your turns. There's a lot of chaos going on. This rocket that Jackal has jumped on is struggling to keep the both of them afloat. So there's more smoke pouring out of it. So there's a bit more fogginess. It's a bit harder to see. So a lot of these bullets being shot across, these big bursts of electricity aren't connecting. I will say you'll notice one thing, and that is the silk top guard. He seems very fast compared to a lot of these others, and you can see his armor almost has these pneumatics coming off of it. He's able to jump off of the walls with what looks like these pneumatic or almost spring-like boots, and he's able to attack a bit faster with his warhammer. He seems very well equipped for this terrain, and it does not look like he has been hit yet. It looks like 3 individuals are already down to a single hit left, however.
Nice.
And that is our brass jaw. There is one guy who is in a full suit of armor and surprisingly moving pretty well. And then there is our rocketeer that is just in front of Jackal on this rocket. And we are back to you 2.
We're both in the air. I have a question. Is there anyone else that's airborne besides, I guess, the 3 of us? The 2 on the rocket and myself.
There is a large Leonin man who has spectral wings that have come out that are this celestial gold. And he also is wearing pretty thick armor, and he's got this long, luscious mane that is just blowing by in the wind as he's flying at other people, and he's swinging actually very similar to your glaive, Santos, but this has, I don't know if your glaive is just single-sided or double-sided. This is a large double-sided glaive. So it almost looks like a large battle axe at the end.
I have glaive envy because mine is not double-sided.
And he looks good doing it, flying around.
Damn. Okay, I'll turn to Jackal. You got that guy?
This one's mine. Pick the next target.
Oh, and I kind of get unsettled for a second because I'm still not totally used to the other side of Jackal when he speaks. And I'm going to go after that Leonin. I'm going to try to take the flyers out so that I'm the only one that's in the sky. And I'm just going to straight up attack him.
Hell yeah.
My glaive with my extra +1 added to it because of the ring. Oh, that is a 25 to hit.
Let's go.
That will hit. What does this attack look like?
I see him and these golden wings spread out in the sky, and I imagine he's like twirling his double-sided glaive, and I turn to Jackal. As soon as I get the confirmation from Jackal, I just flap my wings really strong twice to get above him just a little bit, and then I start to dive bomb down towards this guy. I'm gonna try to just dive bomb him right down into like the top of his shoulder. Poof.
Yeah, and it connects. He is not expecting you. He is actively fighting with Blister, that guy who was shooting these fireballs, and he's just shooting these small little bolts at this Leonin. You're able to come down. He's not expecting someone above him when he's one of the flyers, and you're able to get that sneak attack off.
As I move past him, I'm gonna try to swipe him with my second attack, and that is a 23 to hit.
That'll also hit.
And then as my bonus action, I am going to Great Weapon Master, hit him with the opposite end of my pole arm. And it's going to be a 27 to hit.
Oh my God. I do need to know how impressively you completely dispatch of Leo here.
That first strike is just a dive bomb. It's almost as if my glaive almost goes through his shoulder, but of course he's protected by this magic. And as I go past him, I swipe him, and right before I leave range, I just twirl that glaive around, almost mockingly, like how he was twirling his around, and just pop him one more time with the opposite end. As I see the orbs, all 3 blink out, I give him just a wink, as I turn around and fly above the rest of the combatants, making sure that I'm staying near Nigel for that thread to stay maintained.
Yeah, you are able to do so. He starts to fall out of the sky, and you even feel your own, I should have come up with a better name for it, this harness thing that you're holding your own concentric circles on it. You feel it almost charge in a way, and you feel like if you had lost one, it would have regenerated. But you are still at full. You both are. But you watch as he falls out of the sky and slowly grasps, basically like a draft, almost gliding with those wings, and you can see him just moving off to the side, and it looks like he is, I'm moving away from the fight so he doesn't get in the way. Hyde, what about you?
So I'm behind the goblin that I've now hit twice, and I'm on the rocket. Okay, all right.
Sorry, little one.
And I'm just gonna smack him with the hammer for that last hit. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Awesome.
Go ahead and describe how you take care of him and stay on the rocket.
I wish that it was more cinematic, but I'm holding onto the rocket for stability, and it's a big left-hand swing. I'd probably aim for the shoulder, because that would be a big crunch if it were to connect on such a little guy. And I'm just smacking him off the side of the rocket, and having hit someone that had the harness on, expecting that reverb, I'm like positioning better so that I can hit without bouncing back as much and having that recoil, hopefully knocking him off and grabbing hold of whatever reins that he's got on the rocket to try and control it a little bit.
You are able to knock him off, and you watch as he completely goes limp a second, but he obviously is still conscious. And you even watch as he starts to fall slower and slower, but deep into the chasm because of how you hit him. Whatever magic is in these devices, even though it's been 3 hits, it like slow falls him down to the ground, so he's not going to impact out of nowhere.
Cool.
I'm gonna have you roll me, I guess, Arcana.
Woof. That's not great.
Yeah, no, this isn't gonna be easy for you. There is technically vehicle proficiency. Do you have that?
Almost certainly not. That would be crazy. I got a 14.
Okay, you are stable on the rocket. This goblin, as he was coming at you, he was doing barrel rolls at you, so he was doing tricks as he's moving through. He was able to move through really tight spaces. He was able to burn someone with the exhaust as he passed by them. You're feeling like, maybe like a 17-year-old driving their first car alone.
Naturally.
All right, Glavinator. I want that one.
And I'm pointing at the guard, the one in the suit of armor.
I think that guy's gonna need the both of us to take him down. You wanna go after him just yourself?
There's no shame in sharing glory. I can just tell he needs to be taken down a peg.
Yeah, as soon as I see Jackal heading towards him on the rocket, I'm gonna follow suit, making sure that thread stays intact between us.
Is there anything else you guys want to do on your kind of conjoined turn? I know, Jack, you made an attack. Did you have a bonus action or anything you wanted to do?
I'm gonna hide. No. No, I don't think I have anything for my bonus action.
Wonderful. One thing I want to stress while you guys are watching is the Silktop Guard does seem like he is the most prepared for this fight. So as he goes for these attacks, he's attacking faster, he's hitting more often, and he's going after one of you right now. He is rushing around. He's got a large warhammer. He's a dwarven man. You can't quite see facial features because he's got this big helmet on with that visor across his eyes, but you see he's got a big bushy brown beard. And you watch as he rushes over and completely misses, going after Velvet as she's dancing around him. And then he sees you guys coming in on the rocket, and he starts to swing his warhammer around, and he chucks it at you, Jackal. Does a 14 hit you?
No, it doesn't.
Ooh. It whizzes by your head, and then you can hear it whiz right back as he summons it back to his hand as he's like watching you as you guys approach.
Yikes.
Those were his 2 attacks, and I'm going to run through these other ones really quick to see. You watch Blister gets hit 3 times and just goes out in a flurry, but it's all different people. Brassjaw is running by, accidentally hits him on the way. Velvet just jumps up and pushes on his head just in the wrong way. She does like a handstand on it. So the fireball he's trying to shoot out hits the ground instead of out forward, and he burns himself. And then suddenly there's just a shot from that guy with the 2 pistols, and that whole thing just bursts one after another. There is a woman you haven't seen yet. She's very sly, very slick, able to move through the shadows. She's been hiding a lot of this time, and you're flying up past, trying to catch up to Jackal on this rocket, but there is a glint of sunlight in the air coming at you. As you watch from a dark crevice, a dagger is coming at you. Santo, that's a 24 to hit you.
Oh, that definitely hits me.
It collides with you, but you don't feel anything except an almost artificial force that whatever magic's protecting you gives you. So you can feel the recoil, you can feel where it's coming from, you can feel a little bit of pain from it, know the direction, but it is not like a stab wound. So you have one of these circles burst on you. We have one more NPC I have to roll for. Oh, and this one's going after Jackal, the guy with those pistols out. And he's just still standing, slick back hair, just not moving at all in the wind, except he's got like a long duster on, which of course is billowing just a little bit. At this point, he gave up on Velvet, so he's just taking shots across the chasm at anyone he can. He watches the rocket go by him as you're moving towards the Silktop Garden. He takes a shot at you, Jack. A 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Similar thing, except you have a little bit more of a jerky reaction because of you are on this rocket. It takes you off course slightly, and you have to correct for it.
Ugh, bastard.
And I want to know how you do so as it's your turn.
So I'm riding the rocket. I get shot in the shoulder and it kind of jerks me a little bit, but I'm trying to like wrench the direction of the rocket back straight at the Silktop Guard. And I kind of like position myself on the seat. It looks like I could jump off and like let the rocket hit him. And I'm gunning the engine. I'm going full force. And right at the last second that I can do it, instead of the rocket aiming at him, I'm jerking the rocket down and jumping at him with my body because I want to try and tackle him at the top, rotate and grab him and throw him off. It's like a grab and roll and throw.
Ooh, okay.
It's like a Street Fighter
Yeah.
throw.
All right. You are doing pretty good maneuvering this rocket. You didn't have too many issues. This is something you're able to do. You get that momentum. Go ahead and roll me athletics. Santos did say he was following behind you, so you do still have emboldening bond. You are still close enough together.
Almost perfect. Okay, so a grand total of 30.
Wow.
Okay. He can hit that if he nat 20s.
Perfect. Don't do that.
So
don't nat 20. Don't you do it.
I have not nat 20'd a single time, and I've rolled a lot of d20, so that
due.
means it's due.
Oh, no.
We're due. That's a nat 4. So not quite what we're looking for there. Jack, you connect with him. Describe it.
The idea was to try and trick him into thinking he was going to get hit with the rocket, so he'd react to that. But I jumped at him instead. The rocket, who knows where that went? Maybe it hit another person. That'd be cool. He's standing there, I assume, with his hammer out to his side, ready to swing as I'm coming at him. And then he just gets a face full of fur shoulder, just grabbing him under his shoulder pauldrons in the back. Like I'm grabbing him from the back as I hit him, using the full momentum to hit the ground, probably get a face full of wood plank, and use my own momentum to toss him over and down the edge of the bridge that I assume we're on.
You collide. You hear that repulsion of your shoulder going into him and the cracking of one of his protective circles. And as you collide with him, you roll, you grab him, and you are able to throw him off of this ledge that he's standing on, connected to this rope bridge. There's plenty of room to just toss him into the chasm, and you do so. A second later, there is a magic expulsion from the bottom of his boots, and he catches himself in the air, and he's flying.
I had a feeling that would happen, but I still had to try.
Yeah.
And so now I'm on the edge,
Yeah,
right?
there's like a ledge here. It's like a little outcropping, and then it is connected to one of these rope bridges that you see people are fighting on, but they're like a good 40, 50 feet away. You just see it's all rattling and chasing because there's just two people blasted fireballs,
Right.
with lightning and all this crazy stuff over there.
So with a bonus action, as I stand back up, I'm gonna take the dodge action.
You are like agile, ready to just move. You're making eye contact with him and he's making it right back, Jack.
Perfect. Excellent. Bring it on.
Okay, how far away is a silk top guard from me if I stay 20 feet in the air near Jackal? Even if I fly a little bit lower than him, can I get myself within 30 feet of the silk top guard?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I'm going to throw 2 javelins at him with my 2 attacks. I'm going to use the emboldening bond on this first attack. Oh man, an 18 to hit?
You know, everybody else has been pretty easy to hit so far, Santos.
Yeah.
You've really connected every other time that you've wanted to. But again, this guy moves fast with the help of all of these magical devices.
Man.
And now he's floating in the air. And he's not flying with wings like you're used to. He's just hovering back and forth quickly. And so, unfortunately, that javelin skirts right by him and collides with the side of the chasm behind him.
The second javelin, let's see. That is a 24 to hit.
Not bad.
That will hit.
Nice. So that second javelin, whew, I see him dodge from one side and I try to anticipate where he might move, and I kind of move it in that direction, hoping that I'm right, and he slides slightly right into it, and the javelin makes contact with him and then bounces off of him, I'm sure, and then just like falls into the chasm. Question. So he's got 2 bulbs out now, right?
Correct.
As I do that, I'm going to turn around and just kind of take a quick look at what's happening behind us. Are any of the other enemies heading towards us? Does it look like we're in their sights, or Jackal more, because Jackal's on the bridge, right?
It looks like there's so much chaos, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Because people are moving around a lot. It doesn't look like anyone's specifically eyeing you at this point. The only thing you just keep feeling is Velvet coming in and out of the emboldening bond coming through you. Every once in a while, she like darts by you, but you don't know if anyone's specifically coming after you.
What I do know is that before I threw my javelins at this guy, I saw that he and Jackal were kind of locking eyes. So I'm going to fly away with the rest of my movement. I'm going to fly up and have Jackal in between me and him. But what I'm going to do with my bonus action is I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Jackal.
Oh.
It's like silvery light beams from me, and it's almost as if it's like it's pulled towards you, as if you have this kind of gravity pulling light towards you, and it picks up speed the closer it gets to you, and then almost forms this like bubble type barrier around you, and it's shimmering and glowing in the silvery light.
Hell yeah.
And that's my turn.
Amazing. And remind me what Sanctuary does?
Any creature that tries to attack Jackal has to succeed a wisdom saving throw. And if it fails, then it needs to choose another creature to attack or lose the attack.
Okay, wonderful. We're moving to the silk top guard before everyone else. And you can see he starts to wind up that warhammer again. He looks around the chasm, looks back to you, Jackal, and he gets ready to throw it, except he throws it a completely different direction. You see where that warhammer goes, Jackal. On the bridge is that big Goliath man with that brass jaw. He looks like he's just about to take a big hit on that gnomish man who's shooting sparks out of his face. And all of a sudden, out of his face, out of his hand.
That image is hilarious. Gnome that's like this big with the Goliath about to just
4 times, 5 times the height of him, coming down with a big fist he's about to smack him with, and that warhammer collides with the man with the brass jaw, knocking him off of the rope bridge. And you watch as the Silktop Guard continues towards you, pulling that warhammer back. And as he does so, you see one of his circles regains. He has taken out Brassjaw with that first attack. His second attack is at you. He's got to make a wisdom saving throw to see if he can hit you. He's able to get within range. That's a 10.
He fails. The DC is 13.
It is indeed. You see him hold it up over his head, and there's this bubble coming from Jackal in front of him. And instead of coming down with it on top of Jackal, he moves his shoulder even further back, almost like he's about to throw a baseball, but warhammer in hand. And he looks to you, Santos.
Oh, great.
And throws it towards you.
Oh, man.
That's only an 11 to hit.
Oh, good.
12. But either way, it doesn't hit. It whizzes by you. And the same thing, you hear it whiz by again as he's frustrated, grabbing onto it. And Jackal, he's like standing next to you now, and you're watching as this visor he has on, it's like an orangish color, but there are like magical runes in front of his vision that are like moving, almost tracking you and Santos.
Cool.
You watch as the gnomish man on the rope bridge that just got saved thanks to the Silktop Guard, getting all excited, shoots lightning out of his hands into the sky, and then starts creating like this big lightning ball that he looks like he's about to throw at you guys. And all of a sudden, just a bullet hits him in the side of the head, and he falls off the rope bridge. And that is actually going to give Slickshot, the guy with the guns, one of his back. So there are 4 people left, and then you two.
Oh boy. So Silk Guard, Velvet, and then 2 others.
Slick shot.
And the woman from the shadows that hit you, Santos, is still here. None of them have been hit by anything. Technically, Slickshot was, but he just regained his life. So they're all at 3, besides the guard, who is obviously only has
at 2
left.
Crap.
All right, we are back to you guys.
Glavinator, let me hit him once and then he's yours.
All right. Do it quick. We got others eyeing us too.
I would really love to hit him full stop. I would really love to hit him. So that's reckless. Let's make sure that this attack hits. Please.
The sanctuary disappears the second you go to make the attack.
Yes. All right. I'm taking the hammer up and grabbing with both hands to smack straight down with a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Great.
That one that he had just refilled bursts again as you come down, and your hand comes back up with it. Just 2 magnets that are not supposed to be together, pushing each other away.
Bonus action, disengage. Do I want to just jump off the cliff now? Yeah, I might just start heading towards the other folks, perhaps. No. Yes. No. Bonus action, dodge instead. I'm just moving around him then. I'm dodging and I'm moving around him. I'm kind of like staying quick on my feet and getting out of the way of Santos.
A true fighter would. Keep your eyes on the threat, light on your feet, ready to get out of the way. All right, Santos.
He's got 1 ring left, right? I'm going for him. First attack. I'm going to have this be the emboldening bond attack. Come on, baby. Don't let me. I just critted.
Nice. Let's go.
Natural 20. Oh,
Beautifully
baby.
done.
I need to know exactly how this happens.
Oh, man. Okay.
Feel free to use me if it would help. I am your puppet.
I love it. Jackal told me, he's like, I'm going to get one hit in and then he's yours. And I started moving in as Jackal was moving in. So kind of in sync with him, I saw him move in and strike. And as he started to pivot around him and move around, I dove down and pressed my hands on his shoulders and then jumped up. And in midair, as I turned over on top of this silk guard, I basically turned into like a saw with my glaive and just made contact one time with the top of his head as I spun around him onto the other side.
Hell yeah.
With that, he was not far enough from the edge, and that connection is enough to knock him out, and he starts to fall backwards. That last circle bursts, and you watch as his unconscious body floats down deep into the chasm.
Ooh. As I stabilize myself, my wings unfurl, stopping the spin. I do kind of pivot around in the air, give Jackal one look as I start to head towards the others, because I got a lot of other attacks to give. Who is nearest me that's not Velvet? If the gal with the daggers that hit me is near me, then I will take that. Oh, also, my missing light returns.
Yeah, your missing light also comes back, so you are back to 3. So the only one left who has any damage is Jackal. Everyone else has full. These are the cream of the crop. These are the ones that have been taking out people. Apparently hiding really works.
Yep. Is the orcish woman with the daggers near enough for me to reach?
Yes, you knew this crack in the wall that she had been hiding in. She's been literally like climbing up and down on the inside of it and peering out, throwing daggers from his position of stealth. And you can see some rocks crumbling, and then you can spot her. She knocks some rocks down.
I'm going right to
You know
her.
exactly where she is, and you can fly right up to her.
So because I critted on that attack, my bonus action gives me another attack with my feet. So I have 2 more attacks that I can use on her.
Hell yeah.
First attack is... Oh no, that's definitely gonna miss. That's a 9 to hit. So that would be like the bonus action.
A 9 is not going to do it. She's tucked into this crevice enough that it's really hard to get your glaive in there.
Come out, you coward! I'm gonna attack one more time. And that's gonna be a little bit better. 19 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
I strike her with my glaive, and then I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna attack her 2 more times.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Take her out.
This first attack on this next round is going to be, I'm gonna add a superiority die to that. Oh, that's gonna miss 13. Ooh, and it cost me a superiority die.
Ooh, unfortunately, the 13 is not going to do it.
Oh no, oh no. I'm not even gonna waste my last superiority die on this one. 10.
Ooh, a 10.
Ah.
The first hit, first one of her circles. And so there was this reverberation, and now there's a bunch of rocks coming down from the wall face because it's starting to crack even more, and it's making it really hard to get in there. And she's just crawling deeper into the cavern, so it's harder for you to get to her.
Oh man. Crap. I'm gonna try to like kind of move off to the side a little bit so that she at least has to come out to get me.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely waiting for her to do that.
Amazing.
That's my turn.
Since we kind of been sharing a turn, am I still able to move?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would have just followed behind as best I can, whether that's on the bridge or down jumping to where someone is.
Yeah, you have to use the bridge at one point. There are these scaffolds that hold other like ropes and stuff. So you have to like, jump, grab like a rope, Tarzan style, to get onto the wall and
Hell
start
yeah.
moving along the wall off of these handholds. But there's plenty of footholds for you, so you're able to bounce up and around. You're not quite able to get as far as Santos, but you're definitely on the way there.
Great.
Okay. We are down to so few that we're going to get to the point where I don't have to roll for who these people are attacking. Like Velvet, who's going to attack Jackal.
This is interesting.
Why?
It is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You are bouncing around, getting to the wall, and just as she is rushing along the wall, you're able to grab onto it, and she knocks a bunch of these rocks, and they hit on your head, and one particular one hits just enough that it would have been a lot of damage, and you feel one of those bursts, and you just see she looks back and winks at you as she continues running along the cavern wall. I'm not going to roll for who the dagger-wielding orc is going to hit because she's going to crawl out just enough to be able to see Santos and try to throw a dagger at him. It's an 18 to hit, Santos.
That hits.
Okay.
My AC is 16.
You feel a very similar thing that happened last time. One of these daggers comes out, and you can see she starts already trying to push herself back into the cavern. And then we have our pistol wielder left. You see that he even shoots at this orcish woman, Santos, that you've been trying to go after, and even he can't hit her as he's trying to shoot through that little crevice. We are back to you two.
Oh, man. Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm committed. I mean, as soon as she hits me, I'm just going to go for her again. First attack. Oh, no. An 11.
11's not going to do it. She's able to push herself so deep in here. It's just so hard for you to get it where you got to hit her.
Second attack is a crit.
Okay. That's better.
That's got to count for 2, right? Come on. Come on.
And that crit lets me use my bonus action for another attack, even though I have the great weapon master and I could have used the other end of my weapon. Here's the last one. A 22.
That'll do it.
I imagine she started to scoot back into that crevice. Now that I see that that's what she does, I'm anticipating it. So as soon as she pops back in, I wheel around and I strike her. Well, I miss, but then dig a little bit deeper and strike her with my glaive. Then I actually even crawl myself in to sweep one more time. The last attack knocks her on her back as she's still trying to scurry away. And that gives me her last light. So now I'm back up to 3.
You are again back up to 3. You are just life stealing as much as you can. Yeah, you push her so deep that she gets a little bit stuck, and you see that she's like trying to get out after being out, of course. So she's not like trying to throw daggers at you or anything, and you just have to leave her there.
I'll give her a nod, like fighter to fighter in the ring.
She has these little tusks that come up from her bottom jaw. She like wipes her mouth a little bit and just gives a little smile. Looks like a look of admiration.
Aw.
Oh my God. I think that moment passes between us, and I'm actually going to reach out a hand and I'm going to say, here, let me help you get out. And I'm going to try to pull her out.
You do so. Your arm isn't quite long enough, so you have to resort to the back end of your glaive, but she is able to like grab and pull enough to at least get unstuck from where she was. And then you can see she's able to start moving very easily from that crevice.
Awesome. So she's like still like on the rocks there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. That'll be my turn.
So you got Slickshot and Velvet and Santos.
And Santos is back up to full now, right?
Yep. You're the only one with any damage on you still.
And I've got 2 on me. All right. Slickshot hasn't moved this whole time. He's just stood there.
He has walked around on his platform a little bit. Oh, I can't see over this edge. Walks over here, takes some shots. Oh, I can't see over this edge.
All right. Then I'm aiming for him, and it's going to be full sprint at him. I want to grip him by the throat. It's a little brutal, but he shot me, so I'm mad at him.
He did shoot you.
My goal is to get to him, and I want to grab him and, again, want to throw.
Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Woo! 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 27. That's the third 19 I've rolled tonight.
Damn.
You are able to grapple him.
Grab him,
You should learn to move a little bit more. Let's hope you can fly.
and I'm throwing him down into the canyon.
Yeah, you grab him by the neck, and as you do so, you hear one of the things burst. You have grabbed him with such force around his neck. You know, it's almost hard to keep a hand on him because it's trying to repel you. And with how much you succeeded by, I'm allowing you to also throw him off. And he has no way to save himself.
Yes.
So he falls all the way down towards the chasm. And a while later, like not instantly, you feel that other circle flow on yours, Jackal. So you're down to just 1 damage.
Cool. Does that count as an attack for my rage, or do I have to bonus action continue it if I want to continue it?
I'll allow this to count as an attack. You grabbed a man by the throat. If that's not an attack,
Yes.
I don't know what
Fair
else it would be.
Cool. So now this is the part where I like get down onto all fours, and this is my proper dodge action where I'm prowling and I'm ready to move, and I'm keeping an eye on where Velvet is.
All right. Now it's just you two and Velvet. And Jackal, it's so good you're looking out for Velvet because you get to watch as she is leaping off the wall to try to collide with Santos.
Okay.
It's a 19 to hit Santos.
That is gonna hit.
She leaps off the wall and she grabs onto your back and pushes down, doing a handstand on your shoulders to leap over you. And then she jumps towards your chest and both legs bunny kick you right in the chest as you're flying off of this wall. And then she uses it to jump onto the central rope bridge, and she's using the underside of it like monkey bars. She is moving so quick and so swift through here, but there's that big impact on your chest, Santos, and you're taking 1 hit of damage.
Cool.
And we are back to you guys.
I would really like to try and move before Santos can.
I think you would. You're so much faster than me. So if there's ever going to be an initiative like roll off, you're going to win.
Is this where you guys stop working completely together?
I haven't yet. If Jackal wants to, it's fine.
If Jackal wants to do anything independent of Santos.
Well, I am doing this independent of Santos, but it is not at Santos.
Okay.
I'm aiming for Velvet.
What I want to do right now is have you both roll initiative just to see, and now we're going to keep your turns separate.
Okay.
Okay.
Good thing I have advantage on initiative. Not that much, though. 16. Which, for rolling a 5, not...
You're not going to believe it. I rolled this
Okay.
16. But you would probably go first because your dex is, I bet, higher than mine.
I have a +3 to dex.
I don't.
Okay.
I got a +1.
Okay. Jackal, you'll go, and then Santos.
Great.
Ooh. All right.
So, my goal here, I'm trying to grapple her in a full body tackle with no landing point.
Interesting. Okay. You're on all fours. You are basically leaping off of this kind of high perch that Slickshot was on, and you're watching her trying to figure out where her trajectory is so that you can leap off and basically take her down the chasm with you.
Perfect. Exactly right.
All right. Go ahead and roll that athletics check for me. She's going to be rolling with acrobatics in this case.
Okay. All right.
She's good at that.
Let me make sure that's not a 1. That's a 20. Okay.
Okay.
Naturally.
Wow.
What is that total?
Wow.
The total would be, fuck it, emboldening bond, 30.
This is very similar to what happened last time with the Silk Top card. She can hit it if she crits. She's a plus 10 to acrobatics. It's just going to be another natural 4. I got a feeling. Not a natural 4. It's a 26 total.
Oh.
Describe the connection and her nearly wriggling out of your arms.
Wait. Can I add drama to this?
Yes, please.
Velvet was included in the emboldening bond. If she starts to attack us, I don't know if that nulls the emboldening bond. It doesn't say that it has to be an ally.
Or does she get the bonus?
Yeah, I think she still gets the bonus. And I think that means we have a 25% chance that she hits the 30. She got a 26. She gets a D4. If she gets a 4,
don't do it.
I'm going to be so mean. Luis, I'm going to have you roll the D4. It's your emboldening bond on the
don't do
NPC. I want you to do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nigel still be my friend. And I'm doing it digitally,
This is so intense.
everybody will see the result. It's a 4!
No.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Because this is contested, I believe
Meets it, beats it.
But meets it beats it for who?
I'm going to say that you are able to collide with her, hitting her out of the air. She takes 1 hit of damage, but she's able to wriggle out of your arms and jump and just able to leap onto the other side of the chasm. And with that, Jack, I want a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay, I'm good at those.
The chasm is deep. It gets thinner at the bottom. Are you able to catch yourself on anything before falling into the abyss?
17.
What do you grab onto? It's not graceful.
No. The way that I pictured that happening was I leap from my precipice point, collide in the air as she's moving. She's just moving. She's going from place to place. And since she dodges out of the way, she takes whatever hit, but knocks me fully off course. And I'm kind of just falling, and the hammer, any hooked part of it, catching onto a rope bridge or the edge of a rock or something, whatever my trajectory was from wherever I was.
You grab onto what is essentially no longer part of the active fighting area because you're so low onto the chasm wall. She picks you out of the way, again, like you said, just affecting your trajectory enough where you almost collide with it. You reaching out that warhammer, and it hooks onto literally just a rock. It's not these handholds that have been so nicely placed, 20 feet above you. It's somewhere that countless people have fallen, and this is where they lose. And you are able to hold yourself up just by that last little bit.
Cool.
I see all this play out, and I see what Jackal was doing. I think I can see that he meant to end the both of them in this competition. I fly down as fast as I can to get to Jackal. My intention is to get you, pick you up, and just fly you back up towards that rope bridge. And as I'm mid-flight doing that, I'm looking at you. Are your eyes, when you're in hide mode, how are they different from Jackal's eyes? If they're different at all.
I'm imagining them as a dark red, not glowing red, not very bright, but it's just all that shade of red. There's no pupil, no iris or anything like that. It's just all maroon. And once I catch myself, I'll look up and see you.
Yeah, I mean, I pick you up and I'm not attacking you. I'm flying you back to the bridge. And if I can look you in the eye as I'm holding you to fly you back to the bridge, I look at this hide, I guess, and I say, I saw what you did. That's something he would do. That's not something you would do. So that means that he's the real one in charge. And you are a part of him. And I fly you back and put you on the bridge. Or if that's not the case, then there's something in you or this version of him that's still good.
Don't turn your back on her again, you fool.
Kind of shoves you away and points to her, and I kind of get back into my stance of ready to move.
If that costs me my full action, that's worth it to me. While I'm flying him back, and as I set him down, and in the last moments of this, I just see Jackal standing facing towards Velvet. And the last thing I'll do, I'll cast Bless on the two of us. I think she might be tougher than that Silk Guard that we took out. And that's my last bit.
I will allow you to essentially grab Jackal and use the movement as the bonus action, and then use your action to cast Bless in this case.
Thank you. Oh boy.
So that's additional D4s on attacks and saving throws. Yes. That's 2d4 now if you want to use the Molding Bond. We're back to Velvet. Velvet's not too happy with you, Jack. Except she is. She's smiling as she is doing a cartwheel down this rope bridge, does a double backflip, and one foot just comes out and tries to connect with your face.
Oh boy.
23 to hit.
I guess.
It's the very comical someone trying to smack you across the face and your head jerks completely, except it's not her foot that's causing it. It's this force from this thing on your chest that's saving you, hitting you for a second one. And she just continues running, this time backwards on the rope bridge, facing you all. And we're back to you, Jack.
Man, I wish I had a way to do a second attack. All right. I look at Santos.
Just like the Silk Top Guard, I'll take the first hit, and you finish her off.
Got it.
Don't miss.
And I'm sprinting at her, and this time it's one of those drag the hammer type beats, except I'm doing it along the edge of the rope bridge, whether that's on the railing or on the actual edge of it. I almost want to like fray the rope while I'm doing it, but that's not the intention. I'm just going in for a swing on her. 25. That's math.
That will hit.
Cool. Coming in from the side, again, I'm aiming for like the ribs. That feels like it would be a satisfying crunch. And after I hit, I kind of like hit, bounce back, and then I'm kind of like crouching down with the recoil. Like I follow the recoil back with my arm and I crouch down right in front of her. 2 bonus action, dodge.
Wonderful.
Dive, dip, dodge.
Dive,
duck.
dive. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Yeah.
All those.
You are running at her as she's outpacing you a little bit backwards, and she's trying to show off. So she starts doing these cartwheels and backflips, and as you close in on her, she jumps up and she goes really low to do this high jump spring over your Warhammer. But you've been following her so much now, watching her dance across this battlefield, you know she's going to go a lot higher in the air than you think. And she jumps over your head. But that arc with the Warhammer, you're expecting it, and you're able to collide with those ribs, except it's 9 foot in the air. And you collide with her, drop down, and Santos, we are to you. Velvet has 2 of these hits against her.
She's got 1 light left. I'm flying in right behind Jackal, seeing how this is playing out and seeing that she's kind of slightly above him. I flap my wings, 1 big forceful push, and head up towards her and try to make contact. Hopefully this will do it. I have Emboldening Bond. I have Bless. I'm gonna do it all. That's 13 plus 8 is 21. I'm gonna use my last superiority die to try to get this over what I don't know it needs to get over. That is 25 to hit.
21 was not enough.
Oh my God, really?
But
Damn.
25
Jeez.
is. She has a 22 AC, but you are able to collide with her. Santos, what does it look like?
Oh man, I think I move up. I see her kind of focusing on trying to avoid the attack that Jackal just did. And I come conflicted. I think if anyone is watching in the audience, they might be able to see this sort of conflicted look on my face as I take advantage of this moment and fly up right around her and then just use my glaive the opposite side. It's not the bladed side, even though I know it's not going to make contact with her. Just across the thigh, basically, just the leg. Pop. It was a D20, 2D4, and a D8 that took to land this hit. And As I watch her light blink out, I lock eyes with her and I just say, one-on-one, you would have smoked me. No doubt. Well done.
She is sitting there smiling. She got hit, obviously was just like exhausted, and just immediately did a split on the rope bridge and went limp. But she just looks like comfortable, and she's just smiling, and you can see she's breathing really heavy. And you hearing the crowd all around you. Remember, these crowds are like basically behind plexiglass windows that are in the cavern that they're able to look out of, and they're cheering and they're all excited. And then Velvet just points towards Jackal, and you can hear all of the crowd continuing to cheer.
Boy,
it is still your turn, Santos.
It is still my turn. I think this puts me at full, and Jackal has 2 hits, so you're down to 1.
I see you take her down. It's just like, come here, come on, bring it on.
Okay. As I've seen Jackal go through these rages before, have I gotten a sense of how long they last? Have I been able to intuit some of that?
Every time that you've seen him come out of the rage, either something happened to make him do it, or he dropped it himself. It didn't just peter out at any point. It was just a moment. Like the first time it was loud and he hit his head. The second time he got talked out of it, Black Widow Hulk style.
Okay.
The last time he just stopped being Hyde.
Okay. I'm going to satisfy the Jackal that's right in front of me, and I'm going to swing at him.
Let's put on a show.
You have disadvantage.
Oh, great.
I dodged.
Yeah, that's right.
But my armor class isn't that high.
But you only need to hit once.
As soon as you say, let's put on a show, here's what I do with my second attack. I strike at my own chest to eliminate one of those lights.
Ooh.
There is a silence across the crowd that erupts into more and more cheers.
And I'm going to yell out to the audience, wherever they are. I'm going to say, you want this fight to be done? Or do you want an even field? And I strike myself again if I can. To put on as a part of that show, I'm gonna make it so it looks like I'm about to do that.
I'll allow you to hit yourself twice.
Okay. And then I'll give you the same exact gesture. I reach out and I kind of give you that come and get it hand gesture.
All right. There's a nod of appreciation, and I kind of shrug off the wear and tear of this fight so far, and I throw my hammer behind me, pull up my fists. It starts as a walk, and then it's almost like a back and forth hop of like a fighter ready to just go in. And it's a lot of shadow boxing, feints. I'm trying to like amp myself up, amp you up, amp up the crowd. And if you let me approach, I'm taking a swing.
Yeah.
I first want you to roll me performance, Jackal.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you advantage with this because I really like what you're doing here to help hype up the crowd.
That's not bad. 16.
Okay. The crowd is louder than you've heard this entire time. You guys are in the center of the chasm, like center stage on this rope bridge. And it is so exciting. Everyone's screaming, cheering. And as you both agree to this one-on-one, one life left each, you start moving towards each other. I don't think initiative counts right now. So what I want to do is I want you to both roll your to hit, and do not tell me until we're ready. Use all of your modifiers, use everything you want. Higher one hits first.
Okay.
Is the emboldening bond and the bless still active?
Yeah, I didn't take damage, so it's still active.
All right. Good to know.
I'm rolling digitally, so don't look at the screen if you have it up.
Okay, I'm blocking that right there.
Okay, I see what it is. It's cleared.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You both have your number?
Yep.
Yes.
Santos, you're the one who started this 1v1, this even fight. I think I want to hear from you first. What did you get to hit Jackal? But before you tell me, we know what Jackal's coming in with. What are the vibes going into this final strike of yours?
I'm just twirling my glaive around and locking eyes with Jackal. And all you hear me say is, let him be the one to have this moment. Let him come out. Give him that as I'm twirling the glaive side to side and going in for my strike.
There's kind of like a snort of recognition and a moment of respect and a smirk as my body just shrinks down by a full 2 feet. Everything gets smaller. It's not a very strong punch going now because it's kind of like a moment of daze, but the motion is there. I'm not Hyde anymore, and it's a quick transformation, however that affects anything.
Before we get number, I want to hear, Santos, you had a D20 plus your to hit modifier.
Yep.
Plus 2d4.
Plus 2d4.
Anything else?
No. I'm at a superiority die.
Okay. And then Jackal, is it the same for you? D20 modifier plus the 2d4?
Yep.
All right. What'd you get, Santos?
Okay, so I rolled them custom, a d20 plus 2d4. I rolled a 1 on a d4. I rolled another 1 on the second d4. And a 19 on the die, plus 7.
For a total of 28.
Yup.
Okay. It feels like I'm lying because I also got a fucking 28.
Shut the hell up.
I got 2 4s, a 16 plus 6.
I love it. It's crazy. Are you attacking me with your fist?
Yeah.
Oh, my hand. I want to know who I see behind your eyes. Which Jackal's right in front of me? You said you shrunk a little bit. Do I get confirmation behind your eyes that it's Jackal and not Hyde?
Yes. I mean, even just the way that the eyes look, you can tell it's not Hyde anymore, especially with the look of confusion that's almost there. It's like a moment of dazed, and you can see that whatever you saw behind Hyde's eyes, that's just not there. You are looking at someone that you recognize.
That's all I needed to see. I think as soon as I see Jackal return, I'm just gonna yell right at you. Is that all you got? Come on! Come on!
I say we go again.
Great.
That like knocks me out of my daze of what the hell's going on here, and I'm back in it. I'm back ready to fight, but now it's Jackal instead of Hyde.
Love it.
No one gave up in this moment. This is a sparring match. It was weapon colliding with fist. There wasn't any connection. Let's do the same thing.
I'm hoping that I see in Jackal that there's a fire behind his eyes. And then the last thing that I'll say is I see him kind of in shock returning. I will say, it's just us. Let's give him a show. Don't hold back.
You got it, buddy. I remembered what we were going into. I assumed that if we're in this, we're going for it.
Okay. Well, I got my number.
I also have my number, and it's almost the best I could have rolled.
Mine is not. A total of, on the dice, 11 plus 7, 18. I rolled a 4, a 2, and a 5 on my D20.
I rolled a natural 20,
Oh boy.
plus 6 from my modifier, plus 4, plus 3, for a total of 33.
Holy shit. This is all you, Jack.
All right, so there's that moment of recognition where I see what's happening. I remember where we are. I remember what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I crack my knuckles by crunching them into fists. I go in for the hook, and seeing the glaive come, I open my hand, and the one that's going for the swing, I use to grab the glaive and pull down and hit with my left hand.
You take Santos's momentum. You know what kind of weapon he's using. You know this slash. You've seen it a dozen times. You know where the weakness is, even though you've never been on the other side of it, and you're able to utilize that. You grab with this punching hand, make it defensive, grab it, pull him down closer to you so that you can get that left hand jab up and into his chin. And there is that repulsion. Again, there is that shattering as he falls to his knee in front of you. Santos, you feel a big hit to your chest, but a big warmth in your heart at the same time. The hair is standing up on both of your arms. There is this cheering that you've never felt before. You guys are the center of attention here, and it is wild. There are people shouting. There are people who are up on the top of the chasm. They're like throwing things into the chasm. They are so excited. There is this popcorn like raining down on top of you guys as you are just locked in this eye contact after that final blow.
I put out my hand to offer to pull you up. Thanks for that.
I take it and I just give you a nod and I said, you did all that. And I take the hand that you just used to help pull me up, and as cliche as possible, milking this moment, loving this moment, I grab your hand and I raise it up to the sky and I pump your fist up for that crowd 3 times as their cheers swell and fill the atmosphere.
There's massive cheering. It's like this chanting. And from this magical loudspeaker, you hear Preston yell, "And tonight's Chasm champion is Hyde! Thank you all for coming. Come again. But for today, that's a wrap." So, thank you all
Let's go.
so much for listening. This episode was so much fun.
Dude,
That was so fun.
Oh my God. It was so much fun. I am so glad we got to do this. I like this vibe we did for this. We'll talk about it on Behind the Scenes. Behind the Scenes is our after show where we talk about the episode. And so you'll hear at least sometime us talking about the episode. I don't know if it'll be tonight. We might be a little tired, but check that out over on patreon.com/castparty. And we'd really much appreciate it. We are so close to our next patron goal where you can see a bunch of us take our first improv class. There's a whole video. It was super fun. A few more paid patrons over on our Patreon, and we get to release that for all to see. Thank you all so much for listening again. We'll see you in 1 week for Behind the Scenes, 2 weeks for our next episode where we'll visit Silk Top once again to see where the other crew has been during this fight. Okay, bye-bye. Not bad for first timers. Normally, first timers at the chasm are terrible right from the get-go. Like a new guy strutted in with all the swagger in the world before tripping on his own cape before the fight even started. Bass Drop summoned a spiritual weapon, but apparently couldn't control it. All 3 of his hits were from his own weapon turning on him. Dragons wanted to intimidate and yelled a battle cry so loud they got lightheaded. Ended up falling into the chasm. Havoc Hopsack showed up dual-wielding daggers, spun around real flashy, and promptly threw both of them into the crowd. Shattered the window. There were lots of pissed off fans with some glass cuts. Jonas cast Greased under his target, who was flying, and then he slipped in his own grease seconds later. You guessed it, fell right into the chasm. Dubward tried to fight dirty and throw sand in someone's eyes, but the wind blew it right back in his face, blinded him, and of course, walked off into the chasm. Saint E Love bragged about knowing counterspells. Turns out he meant countertops. I think he works in a tavern now. Eric 5 misread the potion and drank invisibility instead of strength, and he would not stop complaining that no one could see how ripped he was. Heather spent so much time taunting one opponent, didn't even realize another contestant had taken all their weapons from right off their belt. Jesky Fire was obviously nervous, forgot to unsheath her weapon, fought the whole match with the scabbard on. Kaylee brought their long halberd into a small crevice. She spent more time stuck in the wall than actually fighting. Kana threw their sword into the air for dramatic flair, but caught it blade side down. Nice deep gash in their palm after that. Lexi was so cocky before the fight, she was going to enter the fight without actually using the protection. She got disqualified immediately. I tried to warn her. Chops was dual-wielding shields, said defense was more important than offense. We all learned that was false really quickly. Max thought it'd be best to fight barefoot for better grip. Unfortunately, there's lots of rocks out there, and he could not handle the pebbles. Mason brought a grappling hook to swing around the chasm. He was too scared to jump off the end, however, and he ended up just dangling from the rope. Michael had a ton of magic, but it was all frog-based. Wall of frogs, cone of frogs, frog growth. He still has a big fan base, despite losing first. Opti forgot their sword at home, so they tried fighting with a broom. It broke. That story's not as good as I remember. Ryan tried to throw a smoke bomb, but it ended up landing right at his feet. He ended up coughing up a lung. Literally, I think. Storm Rider came in full ghillie suit. Looked like a full-on walking, talking bush. I think they forgot the chasm is entirely sandstone. Bubba brought in a flute for battle music. I expected him to be a bard or something. Ended up just being a great little song to hit people to. I waited till last to knock him out. Right after I dropped Winkle from the rope bridge. They thought playing dead would keep them alive till the end, and they forgot we don't actually die here. It's good to have decent newbies for once.